big thank you to all the panelists again for their sharing. The exciting part and the interesting part of the webinar is not over yet though. Now, it comes to another highlight of today's program, the closing remark by Mr. Christopher Hui, JP, Secretary for Financial Services and the Treasury of the Government of Hong Kong SAR. The Secretary, he is now connected with us online. Over to you, Mr. Hui.
Thanks, and a big thank you to FSDC Chairman Lawrence for the invitation to speak. At the same time, to Don for delivering a keynote speech on his personal career story. And it is my great honor to be here, joining this year's Career Day in a new capacity. I must say that I've got a lot to learn from what was just shared among the various panelists. And in fact, we have today panelists from the banking sector, insurance sector, regulatory background, fintech, ESG, REIT, so on and so forth. It very much epitomizes the comprehensive nature of Hong Kong as an international financial center. Looking back at my own career story, which I was told I have to share, I must say that similar to a quote that you normally hear, that all happy families are alike, but yet each unhappy family is unhappy in its own way. So I must say that if I'm asked to talk about something happy or something which is pleasant, it will be very much similar to what you just heard from other speakers. But you talk about something unhappy or relatively unpleasant, it will be something unique to me and also unique to something that you may not hear from this session. So perhaps I can share a little bit more of some of the jittery or somehow unpleasant experience in my own career story. And basically, I must say that I shared many of the thoughts that some of you as participating students or participants in this year's Career Day, that there's definitely uncertainty in front of us. And this uncertainty is about Hong Kong's economy, about the global economy, and about COVID. But that said, I must say that it's not something unique to you or unique to the people in this generation. After all, at my times, when I was in my early 20s, I was similarly in a situation where I was a little bit puzzled in terms of what I want to do. I joined the government, eventually I left. I joined the private sector, I joined the stock exchange, and then I joined a corporate and then FSDC. The reason that I keep on moving is that I treasure this new experience that I acquire throughout this process. So if there's one career lesson that I learned from my own trajectory, is that you have to own your own career. There's no way that other people will tell you what to do. But more importantly, you have to be aware and to be certain as to what you want to achieve. And every experience that you have in terms of working for a different company or corporation is something that you will gain something out of it and will be something enriching your own career. So your participation in this year's Career Day is already a big step ahead in terms of really for you to own your career and to see what the best you can get out of the many experiences being shared. And secondly, if you look at my own story, I think that every one of you has a unique pattern or trajectory to share in terms of how your career came about. Even though whether you are a student or you're already a young professional, I think you're all unique in your own ways. That's why, apart from owning your career, I think it's important that you craft your own career story, such that when you are being interviewed or you're being approached, or even when you are presenting yourself, people will see something unique in you. Because after all, I think life is like a cocktail. It's a mix and match of everything. And no one is really identical to the other. And the key part is really for each one of you to untap the potential among you, and also to see how the best of you can be combined with the best in your surrounding conditions. And that's exactly what you should do and what you should consider after joining this year's Career Day, when you have already heard the best from the various industry leaders, and also at the same time trying to combine that with your own career experience or personal experience, such that you can reach a better career decision going forward. This year's theme, I think, is particularly relevant. It's about uncertainty. I think the world is uncertain for a very obvious reason. I was yesterday attending a forum, and the theme of that forum is about getting ready for 2021. I shared with the audience yesterday a sad news that no one can really be fully ready for 2021 because after all, the world is changing, situation is changing, and you can't really be sure that you are fully ready. But that said, I would say that you can prepare yourself better for the many uncertainties that's going to lie ahead of you. And also, there's always a saying that with uncertainties lie opportunities. But you may ask me what are the opportunities there are for all of you. I must say that you may already heard a lot from the panelists, but there are two salient points I want to share. First of all is that it seems to me many of our long-held beliefs about career or jobs is changing because right now people may not be really that eager to work for big companies. But after all, small companies are equally good in terms of offering job opportunities or training opportunities. Take the example of the two job creation programs that we put together, the FAST program and the FIRST program, which is being operated by FSDC. What we observe is that actually majority of those applying companies are companies with a workforce less than 50. And also among those people who are applying for those jobs, most people are in the early 40s or below. So I must say that in terms of organizations, basically now, whether you are big or small, doesn't really matter. The key is really what you should make out of your job and also what you can contribute to those companies. Another salient point I want to share is regarding the importance of technical skills. Because after all, if you look at one's career, of course, some people are technically very sound, and some people are having skills in other areas about general management, communication, so on and so forth. While now with fintech and all the technologies coming up, there seems to be an emphasis on technologies of very technical skills. But that said, I would say it would not replace a lot of our inner human needs and also aspirations in terms of communicating with others and interacting with others. I think COVID is a very vivid example and an illustration that no matter how techy or how convenient we are can communicate through technological means like Zoom or whatever, nothing can replace human interactions. So I would say that insofar as what skills are needed to take all of you to the next stage in terms of career, it will be a combination of both technical and also general skills. And that's why in this context, in our FAST program, which is a job creation program we just launched, we find that it is important for us to bring together not just the fin skills, but also on the tech skills, such that our fintech landscape can be further enriched with a new cohort of new talent who are conversant in both new technologies and also our banking business. I know that I'm in between a long day of panel discussion and also CV clinic. And I also understand that this year's CV clinic has been hugely popular, and thanks to all the participating organizations. And also, I must say that normally in a crowd, government officials are not really the most popular person to talk to. So I'll try to keep my conversation with you short. But that said, I'll urge all of you to take a keen interest in our work. And right now, we are now trying to plan ahead in terms of what we should do in our legislative council in terms of the new bills to be approved. And those new bills that we put together, most of them will be about technology and also about market development. And this may be something that interests you. With that in mind, I'll urge you to subscribe to our LinkedIn, Facebook, and also IG account, such that you'll be in the know timely about our latest work and developments and share your views with us going forward. Finally, I wish you all a great Saturday and an enriched Saturday with all the insights shared from our panelists and the CV clinic. And I look forward to seeing all of you next year with the mask off. Thank you.
Thanks, Mr. He, for your sharing and to tell us your insights into creating your own career path. Well, today's webinar wouldn't be so successful without the presence of a lot of people here, including Mr. Lawrence Lee, Mr. Don Kennick, Mr. Christopher He, and all the industry professionals with us. I believe that the students would benefit tremendously from all the sharings above. The Career Day is not only inspiring, but also practical. While the webinar is coming to an end, The other key component of the event is just about to start, which is the CV Clinic. If you're interested in joining the CV Clinic but have not made any appointment, please don't go away just yet. You can try your luck by checking out the virtual booths of the CV Clinic companies. The representatives may broadcast announcement in the chat box in case there are any extra spots left for walk-ins. Otherwise, for those who have registered your CV for the CV Clinic and submitted your CV, the seasoned HR professionals of leading financial institutions would be ready to provide you with tips on CV drafting and interview skills. Please click onto the tab of the CV Clinic on this portal and visit the booth of the company of which you have booked the meeting. You will be advised to use a laptop or the desktop computer to conduct the meeting. Please ensure that you also stay online on the platform and arrive at the booth 10 minutes prior to the scheduled time. The respective corporate representatives will initiate a video call with you. Lastly, please be kindly reminded that the organizer will send a survey link later on. You can fill in the link and send us your feedback, which would be extremely important for us and the FSDC to enhance the human capital initiatives that going forward. And please do not forget to also follow FSDC's LinkedIn page for the latest updates on its initiatives in the future. And with that said, thanks for joining, and hope you find today's takeaway useful for you and your future ahead. Have a good day, and best of luck in your future endeavors.